Alright, what is going on, guys? Today we're back, and today we're in the studio filming a highly requested video on my updated arsenal. Now, here's some 3 bowling balls I picked out from my arsenal. In sections, I'm going to bring out just groups of 3, because I think that goes a lot faster than just bringing one at a time. That would just take a while. And it would be really exhausting to take my balls and just keep putting them, my bowling balls, and just keep putting them on the table. So, we're going to do groups of 3 on my brand new Motiv arsenal. Everything in here is strictly Motiv, and yeah, so let's get straight into it. For the first 3, I picked out our latest releases. So we've got Jackal Rising, which releases on January, I think, 6th. It might be 6th. But that's a great one. We've got the Lethal Paranoia, which released, I think, a couple weeks ago. And the Trident Quest, which was released, I think, a month ago or so. So we've got 3 really awesome pieces here. And I'm growing really fond of these 2 in specific. I've been using this one a lot lately too, but not as much as I used to, simply because I've got just a larger arsenal and some stuff that fits better for my throwing type. But nonetheless, this one's still a great one. So let's get into this. So, start off, we've got the Jackal Rising. This beauty is unbelievably aggressive. I think, I could be wrong, but I think it's the strongest ball on the market right now. And it's a super strong asymmetric core, and it's part of the Jackal line. We've got the Ghost, the Rising, the Carnage. We've got all sorts of stuff like that. This is the latest and the most aggressive one. And if you're going to look at our ball chart, it's on the strongest, it's on the smoothest side in the strongest category, or heavy and long oil category. So this thing's an absolute beauty. My first game with it out of the box, I shot 280 with. You guys saw that video on my first impressions, and I will be posting an in-depth review on this one very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. To the right of it, or to your guys' left, we've got the Lethal Paranoia. This is an asymmetric, I believe, with a Hexian reactive core, same as the Quest. But this one is a little bit later and a little bit more angular than you would find in something like the Quest. But nonetheless, it's still super good. It's super strong. And it completely ignores the front part of the lane, basically. So when the fronts get really dried up, you can just toss it, and it'll just sit, and then come roaring back as hard as it can. And it is an awesome ball. I love it. The Trident Quest uses the same cover stock as this one, as I said earlier, but it's a little bit more smooth and a little bit earlier reading. So this one I feel like is a little bit more controllable than this one. But it's also asymmetric, as I said, and it's really well. It controls the front part of the lane super well, and it's super predictable, and I'm a huge fan of it. Getting into the layouts for my Quest, I've got what I believe is a double thumb with a pin up. You guys can see that. Or I can also just kind of set them up like this if that works. For the Rising, pin down, way hold to the right. I'll just keep leaving them like this. All of my bowling balls, I believe, are this layout, besides this, and I think maybe my Forza might be different, but they're all this. Every one of them is pinned down with a little weight hold, or weight block to the right, and then here's my Lethal. Set that bad boy down. So it's the same exact layout as this one. So I'm gonna go get 3 more bowling balls to put up here. Alright guys, I'm back with my next group, and as some of you may have seen, I'm rocking my Genesis ball cleaner. This bad boy right here has gotten me out of so many rough situations regarding belt burns, scuffs, like just dirt on my, I don't know what the heck it's called, but like when I get my ball back and there's like gunk on it, this stuff gets it off unbelievably easy. You wouldn't even understand, man. So, story time before we get into this. I was at Lilburn practicing the other day, and my Venom Shock and this bad boy got stuck in the back, and had some really gross tears and all sorts of stuff. And you know, I was kind of freaked out, because I was like, what do I do? And I was like, okay, well, let me just try like breaking the surface of it and putting some of this on. And with a couple of sprays of that on a microfiber towel, and just rubbing it on my ball, and like, you know, couple, I don't know how you say, sprays, got majority of it off. Then I just had to resurface them just to freshen them up. But this stuff really made it super easy, whereas other times I'd be using some other cleaner and it would just not do the job. So I highly recommend some of you guys go out and purchase some of this stuff. It's a great product, and it's seriously super worth it. So go check them out. GenesisBowling.com, I'm pretty sure, and some of their K-Motion tapes, all sorts of that stuff is super awesome. I love their products, and which is awesome. So I wanted to include that in there and just shout them out because they're an amazing company. Keep up what you guys are doing, and let's get into these next 3 bowling balls. Starting in the middle, we've got the Tank Rampage. This is our urethane. It's in, if looking at the chart, it's at the bottom, and I think on the far left side. So it's not very aggressive. It's urethane. It's extremely smooth, and this ball is super good. I really, really like it. It hits like a tank. Get the reference. It's really, really great. I love it. It's super smooth. It's super continuous, and it's pretty much everything you can want in a urethane. So, great piece. Moving on, we've got the Octane Carbon. Now, this bad boy, I find myself using it in League often towards the 3rd game after I've been going through my Jackal and then maybe going down to my Shock. I normally fall back into this guy right here, and he normally gets the job done really, really, and it is super continuous, and it tosses pins around left and right. So this one I like a lot when the oil pattern starts breaking down, especially in League. It's a great League ball. On the far left side over here, we've got the original Paranoia. Nothing lethal or chronic about this one, but still a great ball. It's the original. It's the first ball to use the Oblivion core in. It's a pearl. It's symmetric. It's really awesome. It's super, super straight, so it's really controllable and extremely continuous, as all of these are, really. I know I've said that for every one of them, but it's true. You know, I can hit half pocket. I get a lot of messengers with this one. If you watch the Prodigy Bowlers Tour, I believe 2 weeks ago when I made the step ladder, in the 10th frame, I threw a really nasty messenger with it, and I think another time I did in the video. So this thing tosses some great scouts, and this is definitely a pick. Alright, we've got our next 3. We've got the Jackal Ghost, the Venom Shock, which I mentioned earlier, and the TAG Cannon. Starting off with the Shock, all I can say in the most honest way is that I love this ball with a passion, dude. It is so good. This ball is amazing. I love it. Okay, look. So, I'm pretty sure the factory finish on this is 4,000. It's really, really, really angular, and it gets down lane super well, and then just shoots. Just like turns the corner so fast, and it's just perfect on house shot conditions, flat conditions, and medium to longer oil stuff. And yeah, it's a gem. Going over here, we've got the Jackal Ghost, one of my all-time favorites. I think this one actually tops this one by a little bit, but this ball is amazing. I love this ball so much. It's asymmetric, and it is a tad bit less aggressive than the Rising, which I showed earlier. I think this one was released a couple months ago. I don't know exactly, but a few things that I love about it. First of all, the color scheme is amazing. I think the black with the dark purple is super cool. It's mad continuous and mad smooth, dude. It gets down lane and it's so predictable. Like, I know when it's gonna turn the corner, and I know it turns the corner, and I know exactly where it's gonna go, basically off of that. And I think it's amazing. I'm just obsessed with this ball. Normally using this ball first 2 games of League, if not game and a half in, and then I'll default to something like this. I think this ball is great. I think it's for all bowler types as well, so I definitely recommend getting one of these bad boys. Now, the TAG Cannon, I've still not really gotten used to this one. I think it's super, super good, but I also think it's not very, I don't know if it matches up with my bowler type very well. I think it's an awesome ball. I like everything they did with it, but I'm still figuring it out. But it seems like when I do have to use it, that it works really, really well when the conditions are perfect for it. Normally when this is hooking too much, this is hooking too much, the Octane's hooking a little bit too much, I can go to this thing and it'll give me a stronger angle, but way later down the lane. And another cool thing about this ball is it seems like whenever I'm hitting the pocket, I'm striking with it. Normally using it when the lane starts to burn down a little bit, and it's normally does really well when it has to be used, but I don't really find myself using this one all that much. But it's super, super good if you're looking for something on shorter oil patterns, and some lower volume oil patterns. I think it's a really great ball. Alright, we're down to our last two bowling balls here. We've got the Hyper Sniper and the Forza SS, and I'm going to start off with the Forza SS on this one. This ball is really, really good. All around, it's a great ball. You can use it on long, you can use it on short, you can use it on medium, you can use it on flat. You can use it on pretty much everything I've found. My layout on it is pinned down like the rest of them, besides my Quest. Pinned down, and when I first got it, I was just super blown away from it. As you saw my first impressions video, I was just like, I had never used anything close to that good before. And I threw it a couple of times, and I was like, okay, this seems pretty good. And then I kept throwing it, and I was like, yeah, this thing's super good. Like, I used that ball so much when I first got it, and I still do to this day. Conditions I normally find myself throwing it on are flat patterns because of the smooth motion. It really helps just simplify everything. And League. I use it a lot in League too. Sometimes when my Ghost starts to be a little bit too aggressive, I'll either go to that, this guy, or my Shock, normally. Then the last ball of my arsenal is the Motiv Hyper Sniper. Not much you can really say about it, besides it's simple, and simple is good, right? So, I've used it on my spares, on every one of my spares, for the most part. It's a polythene, so it's not a plastic or a urethane. It's a polythene, which is polyester and urethane, so it's a mix of the two. And although it's a spare ball, it also is a little reactive, so I can throw it when it gets super burned up, and sometimes even when my tank is hooking too much, I'll just go to this, and it actually serves me pretty well. So, that is my complete arsenal video for you guys. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I've got to say, I am just blown away by all of this stuff. I'm in love with this arsenal. I can't stress it enough. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to see what you guys think of all this stuff. Give me your opinions on some of the stuff I have. And leave in the comments below what's your favorite Motiv bowling ball. And I'll make sure to talk to you guys again next time. See you later. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. Share this video with your friends. And hope you enjoyed. See you guys next time.